Just give it a moment to pump through, get the bit rate adjusted. I'm going to share with the communities here so that people are aware. Quick update for everybody. So our automation bots are starting to get activated. So this is really good news. Our Telegram bots, Discord bots, the X agentic X system going to be coming online soon too. That's of course going to be not just relaying all the event announcements, but also pinning the trade ideas and the market narrative. It is currently a private account that we're not disclosing for multiple reasons, but once it's up, you'll be the first to know. We'll announce it everywhere, and of course, it should do pretty well. Um, a moment while I get things shared manually. Really knows I like to do things manually. Right, we got that going. Stream updates. Put it in here. Great, great. And one more place. I kind of want to, no, it's too early. I wanted to do a screen share of the portal, but then I'm like, no, let me set up a few more things. Let me talk to the team and see how they feel about it too. Like, there's just so many features, and it's like, it's gotta it's gotta be done right. I don't wanna jump the gun. You still there, IT?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just making sure. Just making
I'm here. Why,
sure.
why would you think I'll be somewhere else?
I don't know. It's been a long morning, you know.
Yeah,
I'm already about just over 4 hours into the morning. Um,
right. I'm here. I'm here.
what I love about mornings when you start early is you get like a couple different mornings in one, right? You get your super start, which is like your very early one, as soon as you
Yeah.
wake up, and then you get like the early bird start, which is when, like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. when the other early birds are up. And
Mm.
then you get like the 9, 10 p.m., the 11 or a.m., the later morning birds that are up. So because everyone has a different wake up time, but then there's like groups of like pockets of people, right? That wake up, at okay, there's a pocket of people that wake up at 4 a.m., a pocket of people that wake up at 5 a.m. And then it's like it's cool to like the progressive, like following along with the progressive mornings. It's like, oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't
It's
know. Is
it's
that then I'll take a nap.
it's part of it's what makes life so beautiful because um it means we are all in a way um making each other relevant, right? Or the other word is everything is one. Hence, we are all doing something that will kind of bring us together and fulfill each other. Because me waking up early fulfills someone. Someone waking up late also fulfills someone else, right?
Yeah,
So in all, everything is perfect. That's how I like to see it. I see it as perfection.
yeah, love it.
Diversity means perfection because we all can be waking up 5 a.m. in the morning. It's not gonna work.
Right. Yeah,
It,
love that. Love that perspective. Um, I'm like like six coffees in, so I'm like super hyper. I had some lion's mane mushroom capsules, and those are like a nootropic. They work like slowly over time. It's not like you take them and your brain starts firing off. But uh, I like to take those in the morning with coffee and creatine and some NAD plus. And I find that over time, I just like the neurons at a certain point in the morning, every single neuron is firing, right?
Yeah. And for me, for some reason, I've never loved coffee. I've never had coffee before in my life.
Well,
I
you're
just,
you're British. You're a tea person, right?
yeah, I'm a tea person, but more over maybe the programming that I received whilst I was young, regarding the coffee. It was bitter.
Okay.
Um,
Right.
I didn't used to like bitter stuff. Probably that's why. Because if you grow up, not doing something, when you grow up, it becomes very hard for you to do it. So when I was
Right.
growing up, I was always given tea, and coffee was bitter, so I never liked it. And no one told me that it did this or that or this or that or it's good for this or that. So, I didn't never. And when I grew up, it just didn't occur to me to even taste it.
If I may ask, what's your tea of choice?
Um, it's called Tedley.
Okay. Nice.
Tedley. It's
How
a
British.
British brand.
Is there like a particular like a Earl Grey or peppermint? Like, do you have like a
No,
variety preference or
just the normal one. Tea
yeah,
bag,
okay. Yeah, yeah. Right.
normal
Yeah,
tea
cool.
bag. Put in the hot water, add sugar, add a bit of milk, and off you
Some
go.
crumpet?
Crumpet or toasted bread, and a bit of butter in it. Just typical British tea. For some reason, I cannot hear you again.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had to my battery died on my headphones. I've been listening to this stuff and not charging them up, so I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think I asked you if if you have crumpets with your tea.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
I had a cup of tea. Just finished it right now.
Nice. All right. Love it. Um, well, you know what? I don't want to. I know you've got a lot of things to go over, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, nice. All right,
Let's jump into it because I have a
let's do
lot to
it.
do today. So
Awesome.
let's go. Let me share my screen. Let me know how the sound is so that I can adjust it if
It's pretty good.
okay. Awesome. Um,
Nice. Very nice.
all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're all doing very well. I am doing awesome. I finished my meditation feeling pumped. I woke up to Igor's message on Telegram after my meditation. Very exciting. Um, I've never seen someone so excited every time I talk to um, for some reason. But yeah, it's all good. Love the energy. We are looking at the dollar index, and I think yesterday, during our session, price was up here, and I said that we'd be expecting them to go and attack this equal low because it's too clean, and then we might be trading on the daily, my left, over here. Initially, I was looking at this side, but we do have some down candles here, so we'll be expecting that high, and that will be the previous week high. Okay, so that's a gap. You're expecting them to trade in here. There are a couple of levels within the gap that needs to be you need to pay attention to. So I've highlighted them on the lower time frame. So if I go to the lower time frame on my right, the first one that you see here, right, is this one there, right? We want to see them go and attack that because that is essentially all that equal lows. So these are all equal lows. So we expect them to go and sweep that. And below that, we have a support. Yeah, we have a support level. I had to think for a little second there. All right, so we have this support level, which is on the weekly time frame, the closing price of this up candle, right? The closing price comes in at 107.49. I think once we go below that equal low, price will reach for that, right? And then if we get a continuation to the downside, if we get a continuation, Igor, can you bear with me for 1 minute?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just give them a talk. I'm coming.
Sure, sure. Hey, like something important went down. That's why I'm here as well. I'll show you something cool. So in the we're as we're scaling out the avatar systems for XR, the idea is that so these are standalone programs that are being developed for not just for the XR system, but also for the streams. So like this overlay and my hands overlays. Uh, so we're essentially going to become avatars ourselves, and the training on the live sessions is so the AI is being trained on us and on who we are, and hopefully the goal is to essentially, and you'll probably see one day push a button and I'll be able to just like step away from this avatar and it'll be my twin, right? That's the idea. So a couple of things like in the so the uh there's a few options here. So one of the cool things like where we're starting out from is so there's a lot of traders that are interested in trading with us and they just want to remain anonymous, and we respect that, right? Like some traders they have jobs in institutions that are wouldn't ever let them live stream. So we're creating this opportunity for them where they can come on and assume their avatar identity, and of course start looking at charts and of course they understand regulatory practices, so they'll just like unobjectively report on charts and oh, hey, yeah, yeah, let's see here. IT, you're back. Yeah, so
I'm
we're still
back.
waiting. Oh yeah, okay, cool. I was just talking about the avatar system and the plans for it.
Yeah, yeah. I was here. I was trying to figure out how to let you know I'm back.
Okay,
Without,
cool. Yeah, anytime, just yeah, you can just step right back in.
okay, cool. Thanks.
Awesome.
I got a package. The postman was at the door.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's
You're welcome.
continue. Okay,
You got the
so
package?
yeah, I got a
Yeah,
package from the
nice, nice.
postman.
Yep.
Um,
I sent you a package too.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't let me know so that I'll be excited to
Nice.
for it because I love the excitement of waiting for packages.
Yeah, same.
Every now and then I just buy it just for the fun of me expecting something.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
love that.
yeah, so we are expecting price to go to the last up candle closing price that comes in at 107.49. That would be a support level. That can cause price to maybe give a bounce, not a reversal, a bounce, because we will wait on the lower time frame to see the confirmation. So we're expecting them to continue going down. So now the downside objective as it is 107.58 and then 107.49. That would be the downside objective from where price is right now. Right. So we're expecting a continuation to the downside. Minimum to clear out these equal lows, which comes in at 107.58. And then we will see what price will do once we get there. Um, like I said, on the high time frame, it's still bullish. On the weekly, we are still bullish. So maybe we will wait for price to give us the buy signal, and then we can look for continuation. If it does not give us the buy signal, we're gonna stick with the momentum that we have on the weekly, right? So we're gonna take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. With that, we can get very close to what the institutions are doing, so we can switch when they are switching. Okay, so on euro, that will give us a continuation to the upside. Yesterday, I said we will be coming for these equal highs because it looked too clean, and they've actually gone for it. It comes in at let me sync it over there. So that equal high came in at 104, so 1.044, and they've cleaned it out this morning. And then the next level will be 1.0458. That'll be the next upside objective. I think they came very close to it and kind of paused. This New York session, I would want to see them basically go for it. Now, above that, let's go to the daily. Above that, there's this gap that needs to be closed, right? It's a void. They've kind of got very close to it. So above that, the next level price can reach for is 1.0479. So that's where we're expecting price to go above this high. So once we breach it, we'll be expecting them to go there. Now, the fact that they've managed, I didn't like the way it went up, but the fact that they've managed to take out this low and going above this high, yeah, that is the reversal pattern, or that's a reversal pattern. Okay, so we could be going up for some time on the daily, not on the weekly, on the daily. That is why to stay very close to price, we will be taking it 1 day and 1 week at a time. Okay, because this is a reversal pattern on the daily. And sometimes that daily reversal pattern can lead to a weekly reversal pattern. And sooner or later, we could be trading inside this range. But I'm not gonna forecast that now because we have to go through this up candle here, right? Hence, on the daily, we are going to just aim for levels that are relevant. And then we take it 1 day at a time until we get a proper break above this high, which comes in at 1.0629. If we can break that, then we have some room to go up and then even above this high. But it's too early to predict that. So like I said, let's take it 1 day and 1 week at a time. For today and tomorrow and probably for the rest of the week, we are looking for them to trade here. I also like the fact they left the gap. That is pretty cool because that gap is a sign that someone did buy down here, right? Just that these three candles that appeared here, okay, I didn't want to see that. If we are reversing, we want them to be take it and then run. But they did spend some time, and then I don't know, Trump sent something or someone came in thinking dollar index gonna go down, and then they bought it. So that's what we want to see. the aggressive move away. So for today, in terms of trade ideas, let's drop down to the lower time frame. That high is very close. So I think they'll be going for it during this New York session. So you can use this 1 hour range between this low and this high, and probably look to buy at or below the 50%. So you're buying at, which is 1.04282 or below it. And then you're looking for price to go for the high, which comes in at 1.04584 for today. So day trade scalp, that will be your target. And then you can hold on to some of your profit a little bit to 1.04792. Okay, so that's what we're expecting. Let's see, it's New York session. I think yesterday, anyone that was here, if you did buy on the lower time frame, that was pretty decent move. I didn't expect that, but you know, I was expecting it to go up, but I didn't expect it to do all of it yesterday because it was late in the afternoon. Okay, but they happen to have pushed price all the way up. So yeah, if you were here and you got some of it, well done. British pound, I think that also traded to the high, which is this equal high here. So during the session, I said we'll be coming for this because it looks too clean. And if we do get there, then they will be trading inside this daily range. So we'll be expecting them to trade too. Yeah. That would be 1.24159. That's where I think we're going to trade to. Eventually, since euro is breaking structure about this high, British pound will do the same thing, potentially, unless we are not reversing. Okay, meaning unless price is not going up like I'm anticipating on the daily on euro. If we are going up on euro as I'm anticipating, then at some point this British pound will also break this high, right? And then it will catch up with what euro is doing. But for now, let's trade back inside the range and then wait for what euro is going to do. Is euro going to stay above this high? Because if we can stay above it, then there is a likelihood that something will happen and then we might push through this high. Okay. Hence, for now, look for just a day trade or a scalp to trade towards price level 1.2415. Okay, it can go beyond that, but that is where OT is. Let me go on to the H4. On the H4, it's a void. It is like big down candle, big down candle. So it can close all the void in, but the last up candle on the daily sometimes can cause a pause, right? It will pause price. It will not allow it to continue. So if you're trading towards it, you can take some profit at that level, okay? And then you can look for a continuation higher. So take some profit at that level and then look for a continuation higher. It can trade to this one, that this up candles there. That's where if I was holding a trade, that's exactly where I'll close everything. And then I'll wait for them to break the high, which is this one here. So buying here, taking something there, closing everything there, and then wait, let them break the high, and then we can look for a buy to continue going up. Because, like I said, when we are inside the range, which is a high and a low, price will stay in there unless it's a reversal. If it's a reversal, then what will eventually happen is it's going to turn around and continue going lower. Okay, so as it stands, we are looking for these as upside objectives. and then we'll wait patiently. Are they going to break or are they going to reverse? If it's going to reverse, it will show patterns up in here. And then we will look for the continuation back down to attack all these lows. Okay. Let's look at the Australian dollar. Same thing. I think yesterday we were looking for this as the upside objective. It comes in at 0.6302. That was where we are expecting them to go. And we said to look for a buy somewhere down here. It's very close to it. So again, during this New York session, just drop down to the lower time frame, look for the pattern that I've shared, and then you can look for a buy towards 0.63021, right? If you can trade inside the 1 hour range that have been created, then that would be great. Then you can look for the buy to continue going up. Now, sometimes it might not because of certain things that is happening in here, especially this gap on the 1 hour time frame, right? This gap here can hold it and then send it higher without coming into a proper retracement. Why? Because it has a support over there, which is this up candle. So price is being supported by that up candle, which overshadows by this gap, and then price will just go up. However, if you're buying it and it can trade down, that would be much better. Remember, when it goes down, discount is much better than buying when it's going up, right? So let's see if they can pull back and then you buy. You can be watching all the majors. So you can look at Aussie, Euro, Pound, and the one that can give you a pullback to, let's say, below 50%, below 50%, and then the New Zealand below 50%. Whichever one does the pullback, that's the one that you want to buy because it gives you like enough profit room. Because if you're expecting them to run for that high, you want a bit of a discount. You don't want to chase it when it's too expensive. So all the measures that we always look at for today, just place your high or place your Fibonacci on the high and the low for landing session, and then look to buy below 50% and then expect them to run for the target that I gave yesterday. So on New Zealand, the target comes in at 0.5692. That's the upside objective for New Zealand. On Aussie, it comes in at 0.63021. Okay, so those are your upside objectives for today. I think it looks to me they will run for that high today and probably go higher than that. So if they will go higher than that, which this being a weekly high, I would want to see something like that, a big range candle. So you can then aim for this candle's low, which comes in at 0.63316, right? So if we get the break above this high, then we can aim for that. Don't forget to the institutional levels that I shared, right? Those are levels that price can also reach for. So if I pull it out, we can also reach for, let's say, 0.63500, right? So whatever happens, look for the pattern on the lower time frame and then buy to continue going up. Unless there is an opposing pattern, which is basically something like this, and they drop down, then you look for the sell. Until then, look for the buy. I like that drop. That drop was a very, very nice aggressive buying that went on. Okay, that drop here, that's some elephant that came in and then bought everything. And you can see the effect. Okay. New Zealand, if they break the high, then that can also go up onto that level, which is very perfect level where the last the last down candle's low is 0.57500. Now, between the New Zealand and New Zealand CAD, I'll be buying this because I spoke about this several times, that it's likely to break and we are likely to go higher. Why? Because seasonally, this goes up between January and March. It was supposed to do it between October and December. For some reason, they decided to send it down, which is good. Why? Because that gives us discount. The lower it goes, the better. So we can get cheaper prices. So where we are now is cheap. So we're expecting it to go up. Hence, this morning, as price traded, I had a nice level. And I'll teach that in future how to spot these, call them sniper entries. Um, if you can find that sniper level, then price can pull back to those sniper levels, and then you wait for the pattern to form and basically buy. So this was a sniper level. Price came there, rejected, and then time of the day, which is London, at exactly 7 to 8, you're looking for your trade entry. And then price shot up. So I'm expecting this to continue going up. Instead of buying New Zealand dollar, this is the one that I basically prefer. So I'm expecting New Zealand CAD to continue going up. So you can aim for, if you like this one, you can aim for 0.82134. That would be a nice upside objective for New Zealand CAD to reach for. Okay. And I like the way price is shaping up on the weekly, because we are breaking this last up candle, which essentially on the monthly chart is a reversal pattern, because we are taking out a previous month low and we are breaking a weekly up candle. So we might be going up. And there are still some stuff that I'll talk about, but I'll do that in future for our portal or our holders or our members. Okay. Okay, gold. Yeah, so yesterday I gave you two levels for price to reach for. On the H4, I said they will be coming for this. And then on the daily, they will go for that, right? And your signal to buy was basically wait for that H4 candle to close, right? When we were having the session, this candle was now printing. And once this candle closed, basically that was the buy idea. On the 1 hour time frame, this was the time that we were having the session somewhere here. Yeah. So after this candle expanded above it, that was it. Here we buying and then we expect price to go higher. And on the futures, they closed above the H4 right here. So those of you that actually trade the futures, your buying signal was in here and it went for that level, right? Now, on the daily, on the futures, there is a gap in there. So I'm expecting potentially for them to get to that. Now, where we are extremely high. So I wouldn't advise any buying for gold for today. Okay, I wouldn't advise any buying for gold for today because we are extremely high. We don't buy inflated prices, right? So if we can pull back, then that would be a good thing. So pulling back, I like this gap here. Now, why this gap? Is because of where we are. If we were a little bit lower than that, then I'll be using this down candle. Okay. But where we are is too high. Sometimes it can give a deeper pullback. So watch this gap, which comes in at 2747 to 2745, and then see if we can get a lower time frame buying pattern in here, and then you can look for a buy. Or during this time, from this time going, right, as it's dropping, follow the drop on the lower time frame, maybe 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour, depending on the type of trader you are. Then you can look for the buying signal or the buying pattern, right, as it's dropping. Once you see it, then you can look for the buy to expand up again. If you don't see it, just leave it alone because, like I said, price is too high on gold. And we do have some things up here that can cause it to pull back. Also, when the week started, right? This is Monday. This was Monday. Okay, Monday didn't print a candle because it was holiday. But we needed price to trade down with a down candle first and then go up so we can have protection. We don't have any protection as it stands on the daily. The protection is here, this down candle, right? So if it decides to pull back, it can give a wild pullback into this range and still, based on the daily, be valid to continue going up. Okay, so if you are tracking it on the lower time frame, don't take my words that it's going to go up here, so you're just going to blindly buy. Okay, don't blindly buy. As it's dropping, wait for a pattern to form. And I've showed you several times the pattern. Okay, and then you can look for a rejection to go back up, right, on gold. Okay, so crude oil, same thing. I was expecting them to reject this level yesterday. They did beautifully. I had a scalp on it. Let me go into that one. I had a scalp on it over here. As you can see, I have my levels. That was the buying pattern, right? And then price pulled back this morning and then shot up. Okay, that was the scalp. I'm expecting them to break this high. That comes in at, let's remove all this drawing. So this high comes in at 77.18. That's where we would turn bullish. As we are below that, price can still come down again. So buying for now is not allowed unless you were scalping like I was doing. Buying for now is not allowed. Selling is not allowed either, unless again you're scalping to come and attack previous day's low, which is right here. If you're scalping to come and attack previous day's low, then that's fine. But if you're buying for a long time, no, there's no time yet. We break this high, then you can look for the buy. Because this, I think I've spoke about this void. When we are going down and they print the aggressive down candles, this will be the sign. So we need them to trade through it, meaning we need price to trade and close above it. When they close, then this move to the downside was a buy. They've not done that yet, so we stay put. Now, I like the fact that it's dropping. Why? Because on the weekly time frame, if we're expecting price to go up, dropping first is a very, very good thing. Okay, it's healthy. It's actually the best thing for price to do for us to get a nice discount, and then we can buy. Okay, so as it stands, our dealing range or our range is still like this, and we're expecting them to reverse. So sit patiently and wait. Let them confirm that they're going up. Then you can look for the buy. Okay, so crude oil, sit patiently. Now on the H4, this candle was able to close above it. Now if this low did not exist, okay, now imagine in your head that this low is not there. So what we'll end up having is we have this low, and this low, and this high. And that would have given us a nice buy pattern. We also have the nice buying pattern over here, right? Hence, this would be a pullback to go higher if this did not exist. But because that is right there, this has created equal lows, this low and that low. So that's too clean. So sometimes they can run, even though we have a buy in here, they can run for those lows and then reject and go up. Hence, I like the H4 candle that has been printed here. This one, I like it. But the location where it's now, I don't like it to buy because it has created equal lows. Had this low been lower like this, right? If we had this like that, then perfect. Exactly where we are, that's where your buying should happen. You should be buying right here to expect it to go up. So in a way, if you are a risk taker, you can take a risk if you like to take a risk, because that down candle on the H4 can hold price and then send it higher. Now, if it's going to do that, then I would expect the daily candle to expand all the way up and then go all the way up to close above this. If that H4 is going to hold, okay? If that H4 down candle is going to hold, then I would expect them to go all the way up and close above. This was Tuesday's high. Why? Because if it does that, then it will create a V shape or a turning point inside our dealing range. Then that will give us all these down candles, which begins with this up candle as what? Buy. Okay. So buying here is risky, but it can be worth it because then price can do what? It can shoot all the way up and then break this high. And then that will give us a confirmation that price is going up because the low of the week usually will form between Monday and Wednesday. And the fact that they've printed that up candle, I'm sorry, the down candle here can be the sign that we will be going up. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that they've left it as equal low. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to take the risk here. And if even if you don't get anything, at least minimum price should go and attack this high here, which comes in at 76.45. That's the minimum target. They can do that this afternoon like this and then drop and then go up. Okay, so I'll leave that up to anyone that is interested in trading the crude oil. Okay, and let's go over to cryptos quickly and then see what's popping. Let's start with AI. Okay, so AI, yesterday I said I wanted to see a big candle trade all the way up and then go and close above this high, or at least this up candle, right? And as soon as I think we finish our session, price just showed up from that fair value gap, that small little gap there. That's where price held and then short price up above that. I like the way it's doing, the aggressiveness. So in my opinion, I think we are turning around. They took out the previous week low. They've broken the up candle. They've gone through this void, right? So that's a sign that this whole move down was someone buying, and it's so nice to see. And now they've rejected. So I want to see from here, price continue going up. Preferably creating this as a gap. So today must close above yesterday. That is the plan, and that should be what I'll expect price to do today, to close above yesterday's high, which comes in at 1.7958. If they can sustain that, then this will leave the gap. Then we have protection. We can start aiming for that previous week high. It might not do that. Or it can, because this is a beast. Like when it's moving, it moves like crazy. So it can go all the way up this weekend because it's still early. Today is Wednesday. We have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 more days to go. And you can see the size of the candles. When it's going, it's actually going, right? So I will not be surprised to see price go all the way up and trade above previous week high, which comes in at 1.63952. Okay, so AI basically look for a continuation to the upside. You can drop down and then look for the buy pattern. I think that's what might happen here with these two down candles. I don't want to see them go below this low, this down candles low. It can dip into it and then immediately reject, but preferably not. At least not this high. It can dip into this gap and then reject and go higher. Preferably stay above it. And then these two down candles will be buying, reaccumulation, because that's how the daily looks like. They will buy in here, just like they did yesterday. Just like they did yesterday in here. Okay. So this wick to this wick, inside that, that's where the buying happened. And you see that here, that down candle. So the same thing should happen here and then expand up again. So maybe as soon as we finish this session, you see one more up candle shoot up like this. Okay. So that's that for AI 16. Solana, I think we spoke about this yesterday. We're expecting them to go up. Today, absolutely should close above yesterday, right? And then we can expect them to continue. I like the wick. Now, let me take this away. Wicks, okay, are a sign of rejection. So whenever they dip down and it rejects, it's a sign that price wants to go higher. Because at some point, this candle was a down candle. This was a big down candle and it rejected. So if you study price, when price is going up, anytime it drops down and rejects with a wick, then it means that price is being supported. It's good, especially if it's dipping into some form of a gap. Okay, if it's dipping into some form of a gap with the wicks, then it's a sign that price is going to shoot up. So same thing here, like they dipped in there, so price should basically continue going up. For today, upside objective on Solana be 273.15. That's where I think price will be aiming for. And by the end of the week, I would want to see price go for previous week high, which comes in at 295.01. I'd like to see price continue going all the way up and then take out the high. All right. So drop down, find your pattern, and then buy. Yesterday, I was having a session with one of my private students, and I showed her a little technique to use. Essentially, I know our portal members will have more than our free members. Don't worry. But just free tip: if you do have the luxury to have your screen divided into two like this, place the higher one on the left and then place the lower one on the right. So for the lower time frame, if you're looking for entry, so I'll place my 1 hour on the left and I'll place my 15 minutes on the right. And then what I'll want to see on the 15 minutes is basically the buy pattern, right? Like this. We have the up, they move down, and then reject. Now, what that should print on the higher time frame here. Okay, if you look closely here, draw the box. Okay, that area. What you want to see is basically my candle, the green candle. Okay, so if you're on the left, which is the higher time frame, and you're watching it on the right, which is the lower time frame, you want the buy pattern to be here, but on the higher one, you want it to be like my candle, which is turn green or red. So if you're doing it for sell, you want it to turn red. If you're doing for buy, you want it to turn green like this. Okay. Hence, this is not a good buy. Why? Because it did not turn this candle into green. Okay. So had this candle turn into green, then you're gonna buy when price pulls back to this high. Okay. So that's how you can get your entries on the lower time frame. So the stuff that I said on euro, pound, you can do this on that. Okay. If you didn't get it, don't worry, you get it in future. Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. So on Bitcoin, I think yesterday I was expecting them to go all the way up and close above this high so we can get a nice buying pattern, very, very powerful buying pattern. This rejecting this high. If we could have closed above it, that would have been a very, very powerful pattern. Now, the fact that it couldn't close, it's not a big problem, but it is a problem. Why? Because it leaves it as an inside candle. And I don't like inside candles unless we are going up and it prints an inside candle as a down candle. So when price is going up, inside candles like this, okay, when it's a down candle within the previous candle, that's the best inside candles you want to see. When it's going up, you don't want to see an inside candle that is an up candle. It's especially this big one. It's not good. Okay, that's why I wanted to see the price go all the way up and close above this. Or what they should have done was take out this low. Then it's not an inside candle anymore. Then that would have basically helped propel price to continue going higher. It will go up, but maybe we might be staying in a consolidation because I don't like the fact that we've left that candle as an inside candle. Now, this afternoon, we do have this 1 hour gap, low, high, and it's retracing. Personally, I will not buy if I was day trading today. Okay. If you're day trading today, definitely not buy. Why? Because the low of yesterday and the low of Monday has left equal lows. And the fact that this is an inside candle, sometimes they would like to take out the inside candle's low, which is this one, before they will go higher. Hence, this is not a good buy. So in other words, we are in a complex pullback situation. Complex pullback means when price makes a new high and it took out a low like it did here. It took out a low and then we broke up. This becomes a range. When it pulls back, we are meant to go up. If it doesn't and it starts doing this, that is a complex pullback. You do not want to day trade when it's doing something like this. Okay? Because if you try to buy within, you might get stopped out, but price will still be valid to go higher. I'm going to repeat it again. When price is trading inside a range like this, and then it pulls back from the low, it's meant to go all the way up and take out this high and continue going up. If for whatever reason it does not do that and it starts coming back down, this is a complex pullback situation. So it can come down, go up, come down, go up, and then be stopping people out left, right, center, but still sustain this low and this high. So what you eventually start doing is just messing around your account when you start trading in here. Okay. So when we are in this situation, the best area to buy is to measure the range, the low to the high, and only be interested in buying when price gets here between the 618 to the 79 retracement level. Again, why? Because that is where price should have, price retracing to that level and then continue going up. So you can look for the buy in there. Don't try to buy like an auto block, like a fair value gap. Don't try to buy anything in that range because none of that is going to work. And I've really hurt myself a lot doing that in the past. Okay. Trying to buy a complex pullback, thinking, especially January, and then June, July, August, you don't buy complex pullbacks because you end up hurting yourself. So if you want to buy, still have this 618 to the 79 retracement level, and then wait for them to come to that and give you the signal. Because if it's going to go up, there is no way it's going to go up without giving the signal first. Okay, so wait for it to get to this area, and then you can look for a pattern to appear, and then you look for a buy. I just showed you the pattern on the lower time frame. So as it's coming down, let it come down to this area. Don't try to buy anywhere in here, because none of that will work. Why? Because this is not a range. This is not a proper range. This is. This is just a buy that was meant to go up. So this coming back down, most of the time, this range will not work. So look at the 618 to the 79 retracement level. That's where you should be interested in looking for your longs. Okay. You can see Ethereum, same thing. It broke the high. We went above the high. We took out the low. That gives us a range. Price failed to make this high. So that creates equal high. Now with that drop, that leaves price in a complex pullback situation. And you can see how messy it is. This low, this high is the range. You're supposed to move from here and then go up. Everything happening here is a complex pullback. So the same analysis goes for Ethereum. If you're looking to buy, measure the range, and then only be interested buy from here and down, right? If you did that, here you would have got a buy, here you would have got a buy, and it's coming back down there again. So as long as we are above this area, we want to see them go up. If we are wrong, then obviously they will break this law, which I don't want to see that. Okay, so buying 618 to 79 retracement level, ideally look for a pattern to form, and then you can look for a buy. I think I've taken a lot of time today. I apologize. Hype, I think we might be going up. They've gone through the up candle. It's not closed yet, but I think they might be going up. Yesterday, I actually gave a trade idea to a friend of mine to sell in here because it gave a 15 minutes pattern here. They ran up, rejected, go back, and they sold to come here. And then I was expecting them to basically reject and go up. And then someone came in aggressively and then bought it and leaving a fair value gap. So hype, as it stands, that's basically what I was expecting, but it didn't quite trade to the exact level. I wanted them to come to the sniper level. It did trade there, but I didn't like the fact that they come very close to it and then reject. This has left equal lows. However, this break gives the second type of buy-in that institutions like to use. And I said, I don't like buying like that. This one, it's not good. I don't like it. However, with the aggressiveness, with the gap, it's okay. So you can look for a buy if you do trade hype. I think we resume going all the way up to 35.18. There's nothing in here. And this means we should see aggressive up candles going up for this high. Okay. If anything, just maybe one down candle and then up candles to go for the high. All right. That's provided today closes as it is. So today should close as it is. Aggressive candle above the previous week high, and then gap being left means we will continue going up. So tomorrow, if today closes like this, tomorrow I'll anticipate a big up candle or an up candle closing above today's high to also leave a potential gap again, which is here. So tomorrow's candle should not be trading today's candle's high. It can trade maybe here, and then this will be tomorrow's low, and we turn up, leaving another gap. That'll be perfect. That will mean there's momentum. It will shoot price up quickly for 35.183. And then finally, XRP. XRP is also now doing the same thing. I think it's also in a complex pullback. Took out the low, we broke, we pull back, and price has not shot up yet. So we are in a complex pullback situation. Hence, do the same thing as I showed you with BTC and Ethereum, right? And then you look for expansion to the upside. The upside still remains. I don't think um, we've changed the narrative yet as it stands. I think on the weekly, you can see that. And it's still early for the week. We'll be expecting this week to go and close above previous week high, right? So expect another big, maybe tomorrow or Friday, big candle to trade above this. We want a big aggressive candle to go and close above that, and that will leave the gap for the month, which will be a very, very good thing for February, because that will mean next month we are likely to also continue going up on Ripple. Okay. And then, as usual, we save the best for the last.
Let's go.
Let's look at the tool. All right. Okay, so as you can see, they are doing exactly what we said they should do. This candle's low, right? That is basically the up candle range. This high, this low. That OT level that I mentioned, this high to this low, that they should trade there. That's that. Okay. Now, can it go beyond it? Yes, it can. So, as a day trader or as a scalper, you are leaning on the daily to continuously close above previous day's high. And now let me give another hint. I think I've already given it, but I'm just reminding you. If the H4 can close aggressively above previous day's high, it means there's a high probability the day is going to close bullish. That's the H4 closing above previous day's high. So there's a high probability today is going to stay as a bullish candle. Then tomorrow, you want to see another high big range candle on the H4 trading above today's high. And that will mean price will continue going higher. So on the H4, you can use any down candle as your mental stop loss. Right? So use the down candle as your mental stop loss. As long as we keep closing on the H4 above previous day's high, every down candle should act as support and then send price higher. So anything coming back down, do what I just showed you with I think one of the pairs. Drop down, divide your chart into two, find a level, and then look for the buy pattern to appear, and then you buy to continue going up. Okay, so that tool, as it's dropping like this, you can drop down to, let's say, M15, and then look for a buying pattern to form, and then look for the buy. I think on the M15, this is a nice dealing range. Like because the buy did happen. Let me remove this. If you can watch closely, that's your up, the down, cleaning out all these lows, and then the big move. So this will be a pullback, and then you expect it to go up. So as it stands, right, you can actually have a mental stop loss here, which comes in at 0.245, have a mental stop loss, and then expect them to go above today's high. And as long as we are above 0.0245, price will go for 0.286, right? And then hopefully by the time the H4 will close above another down candle, and that will sustain price, or that will act as basically support, and then you keep doing the same thing, and you only switch when you trade through the down candle. Okay, so the tool, I think we will expect them to continue. I like the fact that it's gapping up, leaving gaps. This one is one of them. This one is another one. It's called breakaway gaps. when price is going up and it's leaving these type of gaps, it's a sign of big money buying. Okay, so they are breaking away, they are running away. That's what leaves these gaps. And it always comes in after that type of candle. It comes in after a down movement because that down movement is the cause and the movement away is the effect. And to confirm, this one is what it used to confirm. Okay. So that's all. Look for continuation to the upside. Don't aim for it to reverse. Just continue looking for the buy until what I've said, until a down candle. At some point, trading is just like that. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose. So you stick with one direction, and at some point, you're gonna lose one. And when you lose it, it means price is reversing. It's as simple as that. Okay. So that's it from me. I think we are not taking questions for now. So unless Igor has something to add, I'm
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah. That was so good. So amazing. Oh man. I'm taking notes too. Uh I'm a paper person. I like to write things down. And I also review them in the evenings before I go to bed, and it's like just for that subconscious imprint, right?
Mm.
And I going back through since we restarted for Jan 1, like, oh man, just amazing. Like it's like literally amazing. Um yeah, I'm really grooving to this music, by the way. Like it's good. Yeah.
There were some
Um,
questions on YouTube, but I don't know. Probably not the best way to ask the question. It says, "Can you tell me how to buy?" I can't tell you how to buy. I can show
oh,
you where, but I can't tell you how.
yeah. You know what? Anyone watching on YouTube or anyone with questions, so we literally just spun up the live sessions area in the portal, which has a questions section that goes directly to us, right? So like literally spun that up. So it's coming out pretty soon. Just have a little bit more patience. We just want to make sure it's tested and good, but you'll be able to ask all the questions in the universe, and we'll try and address them, especially if it's trading related. If it's not trading related, we'll probably just ignore it. Um, and of course, that's for holders only. On YouTube and things like that, like we'll still do our best to answer everything. It might be like the day after, right? Just for respect the fact that holders come first. Anyone that supports the project, right? So, not to be rude or anything, but there's just so so many different channels and chats and things like that to monitor. So it's really going to come down to the portal and anyone who's a holder. Um, Yeah, so SPDOS is starting in just under 20 minutes for New York Part 2. IT, if you have any closing notes, feel free.
Um, yeah. So essentially, I think I said it the last time, but I'll say it again. Come here, the clean slate. You have to be a new person to be able to understand the stuff that I'm sharing. If you come in with a preconceived idea, you are not going to understand anything that I am saying because it might go contrary to what you know and what you understand. And the fact that what I'm showing, right, happens to work more often than not, it means you basically need to relearn. And if you're not ready to come in with a clean slate, it will be very, very hard for you to understand because maybe you might have an idea and mine will conflict with yours and you struggle within yourself. You have internal battles. So Try and come in with an empty slate, ready to learn.
Wow,
That's it.
love that. Nicely put.
Awesome.
Always a pleasure, IT.
Pleasure is mine. All right, I'll see you guys same time tomorrow, 1 p.m.
GMT, 8 a.m. EST.
Okay, take care, everyone.